by injury of goalkeeper Paul Jones have been inundated with hopeful custodians, some better than others. Neil Moss gets the nod. They're also without their entire first-choice midfield. Letitia and Cash Lule are among those suspended. Hence chances for David Hughes, Ripley and Bridge, and the skipper Jason Dodd reinforces that central area. Arsenal are without both Dutchmen. Bergkamp has gastroenteritis and Overmars is suffering from blisters. With Petit starting a ban, there are first Premiership starts for Diawara and Kanu. The Nigerian, who's had major heart surgery, has only played 4 full matches in the last 2.5 years. And leading the line for Southampton, Mark Hughes, such a frequent scourge of Arsenal down the years, but who's yet to score for the Saints in 28 games. Southampton with 5 home wins on the bounce. Arsenal in their change colours today, unbeaten in 17 matches. Will the Dell do to them what it's done to so many fancied teams in the past, or will pedigree tell? It's out of play for an early Arsenal goal kick. And in charge today is Peter Jones. His last game involving Arsenal was that cup tie against Sheffield United. Yes, that cup tie. Hiley's header. Moncao. Vieira. Now Mark Hughes. Bridges' touch let him down. Dixon showed too much of it to Bridge, who was half caught by the England full-back but has escaped. This is Wayne Bridge. Promising opening for Southampton. Wayne Bridge is still seeking his first goal in the club's colours. He's really only emerged this season as a player of some promise. Certainly has a reasonably powerful left foot. Vieira. Dixon. Such a strong player, Vieira, holding off the challenge, but maybe he'd been slightly rassled because the pass wasn't of the normal high quality. Dodd. Oh, he's done exceptionally well. And here's Østenstad, appeals for handball against Adams. Still Østenstad! Mark Hughes with the effort that rebounded. So close to his first Southampton goal. And Southampton have made a really fervent start to this game. Jason Dodd ultimately with the shot that was a long way off target, but how close Mark Hughes was. Østenstad with the persistence. They had claims for a penalty rejected. And then Hughes with the effort that hit the face of the post. Still searching for that elusive first Southampton goal. After fine work by his strike partner for the day, Egil Østenstad. That came off the head of Lundekvam, and this is Anelka. And Ljungberg's shot was goal-bound until it struck the left leg of Moncao. It could still have ricocheted in off the Dutch centre-back, but fortunately for Southampton at least, it went wide. No question, though, that Ljungberg's shot was on its way in. So having forced the corner, he's going to take it as well. Keown. Southampton's manager, David Jones, will be well pleased with the opening that his team has made, but having ruffled the feathers of the champions, they really need a goal to show for it. And Arsenal don't concede many. Hiley. David Hughes. Mark Hughes. Good job Stephen Hughes isn't playing as well. One by Dodd. Well struck by Dodd. Well, generally once a season he belts one in from 35 yards. One remembers a sizzling shot at Crewe in an FA Cup tie a couple of seasons ago. That started off on target and finished only just off target. Ripley. And this is Østenstad. Winterburn. Ripley went in very hard on Nigel Winterburn. It was right under the nose of the referee's assistant. Attention is being called on for Nigel Winterburn, and Peter Jones is seeking the opinion of Mike Tingay. Stuart Ripley was the Southampton player who made the initial challenge. It didn't help his case that it was right in front of the pocket of Arsenal supporters. Firm but fair seems to be the adjudication from the match officials. Well, things are warming up out there. Vieira, the latest to be pulled up. Now, the atmosphere around the Dell is always intimidating, but somehow it seems to be even more intense at this moment. Ripley's challenge on Winterburn, Vieira's on David Hughes. Quite a bit of back chat going on as well, for which the referee is now pulling out Mark Hughes and Martin Keown. Those two have been chiselled from the same nugget of granite, I think. Free kick is short from Moncada Haile. Winterburn seeking revenge, and he's given away a free kick. Nothing was more predictable than that Nigel Winterburn would steam in the next time that Ripley had the ball. There's odds on. Ripley's kick. Dixon's header away. Anelka. Diawara's made a promising run. Ripley. Erstenstadt in pursuit. Goal kick. So it's probably just as well to allow one or two tempers to cool. This is his sort of game. And his. Anelka and Diawara making progress in the middle. Ljungberg's lost his shin pad. And the ball. Vieira. Kanu. Dixon. Oh, a huge gap has opened up for Nicola Anelka. For once, Southampton's concentration deserted them. Power was there, but not the direction. Winterburn. We're moving into the second minute of stoppage time now at the end of this first half. Vieira. Parler. Sending Anelka wide. Straight away by Coletaire and by Bridge. Corner given. Adams and Keown both up from the back for Arsenal. Moncada's header. Vieira. Nearer the corner flag than the goal. A formidably robust half. Southampton full of passion. They've seen more of the ball. Mark Hughes saw too much of a post. Arsenal have resisted defiantly. They're specialists at that. Half-time at the Dell. Southampton 0, Arsenal 0. Tempers will presumably have cooled a tad during the half-time break. The surge of adrenaline will have lessened somewhat, but not, one suspects, for long. This has been a full-blooded encounter, which I suppose is precisely what you would expect from a side third from bottom against a team second from the top. And Southampton in this rich vein of form at home. Dave Jones' major problem in managing Southampton is trying to sneak an away point or two to go with this very strong form at the Dow. Anelka. Oh, good ball to Ljungberg. And a delicate chipped cross, dealt with supremely well by Scott Hyley. Diawara has been penalised for the foul. But when Ljungberg lofted the ball, almost as if dispatched by a sand wedge, Hyley was both well-positioned and brave. Parler. To be won, first of all, by Vieira. They're allowing Parler to run. Which is a dangerous proposition, bearing in mind that the March Premiership Player of the Month has scored in 5 of the last 7 Premiership matches. Keir. Ripley. Bridge. Take the outside route, but the players he's got to get beyond include Lee Dixon. Oh, he succeeded. 2 waiting for the cross. There's Beattie. Not long been on the field, James Beattie. Anelka. 2 is no slouch. Hyley fell over. Canu! Cleared off the line by Benali, who's only just arrived on the pitch. Canu's chance, the best that Arsenal have had. Set up by the pace initially of Boa Morte, then the speed and trickery of Nicola Anelka. And it was purely Benali that prevented an Arsenal goal. Beattie. Hyley. Mark Hughes for the umpteenth time has sallied forward. There's Hughes! What a save by Seaman. Beattie! Hughes on the line and scrambled behind by a combination of Seaman and Dixon. There's a man who must wonder what he has to do to break his duck. Perfect cross, bullet header, wonderful save. And then there was a case for Mark Hughes being offside in the follow-up, but it was the first effort that brought such a terrific response from the England goalkeeper. Stuart Gray, assistant manager of Southampton, will be acutely aware that his team have conceded more late goals than any other in the Premiership. Poor mistake. Here's Boa Morte. Moss did very, very well. He's not had too many moments of anxiety this afternoon. Most of them have emanated from back passes. But there he was decisive and successful. Only the 48th appearance of his senior career, spread over a good number of seasons. Mark Hughes. Only Beattie in the middle. Vieira's coming back for more. It's going to be a goal kick. This clearance should be the final act of the game. The referee has consulted his watch on 3 occasions and now draws proceedings to a close after a highly combative game. Mark Hughes, who hit the post and saw a header wonderfully saved by David Seaman, twice went close for relegation-threatened Southampton, whose winning run here comes to an end, but their performance, I think, would have seen off many lesser sides who they're still to meet. So they will take hope from this. Arsenal will be disappointed at earning only a single point in their pursuit of Manchester United. Kanu's close-range effort, cleared off the line by the newly arrived Benali, was as close as they came to finding a way through. Enthralling in parts, at times fairly harsh in the tackle, but ending all square at the Dell between teams from either end of the Premiership table.
At home, we've not got a problem at home. I mean, I think we've conceded 2 goals since the new year. So maybe, you know, everyone tells me we're a bit flamboyant when we go away and we need to tighten it up. But today we had to tighten it up because of the quality team that we were playing against. But we'll just keep working at it. It's same size pitch, goals don't move, ball's the same size. So we're just trying to find that magic formula to get the points away from home.
Southampton made their first purpose was to make it difficult for us and not to let us play. They did it well because they put the ball in the air, pressurized every time, and had the strength to fight for 90 minutes. Even if I think in the second half we should have won the game. We missed easy chances today, and that's why we got out with a draw. But we could even have lost the game because they had a good chance as well.
It's slightly different than last year. I think obviously last year we had games in hand, and it was in our hands last year. It's not the case this year, so we've just got to keep plugging away, and the old cliche of every game as it comes, and that's what we're doing. You know, people say we might have dropped 2 points today, but at the end of the season, this might be the point that wins us the league. So you know, we're pleased with the point.
I've been here for 7 seasons now, and we've gone through it season after season, and you get used to it. You either think personally, you play for the championship or you play for survival, because both of them. That's what football is all about.
Do you not get sick of it?
Not really. It's all about sport. Is Premiership football. It's exciting, and that's what people love watching, and players love playing.
And it's staying in the Premiership, isn't it? That's the great excitement.
Smile says it all, definitely.
It's a good one too. Arsenal probably didn't deserve more than a point in that. Did you think, Alan, today?
It was a very tight game. Southampton conceivably could have won it. They've won 5 games in the belt. Arsenal have got the best defensive record in the league. Had 0-0 written all over it, didn't it, before the start? I mean, but you talk about the Arsenal defence. They've let in 13 goals in the league so far this season, which is the best by a mile. I've always said if you get 4 good players in position and play off one another, then you've got a chance. You've got an exceptional goalkeeper behind them. But the great thing about the Arsenal defence, the 4 of them react very, very quickly when it goes past them. And it shows emphatically in this clip here. Hiley does well, he wins the ball cleanly, goes forward in the attack, plays a great ball into the box, good movement, great ball in. Hughes should have buried that, Seaman great save. We've circled Keown and Dixon. Watch how quickly they get up and react to this situation. They go to the next ball, they chase it, they close down quickly, and when it goes past them for a second time and Seaman saves it, who reacts the quickest? Lee Dixon. And I mean, that is the sign of a terrific defender.
We know about the Arsenal defence, but the Southampton defence played well today, didn't they?
Well, they've lost 56 goals so far in the championship.
56.
Just the 56, which is about 54 too many, really. But today, they never looked like losing a goal. I thought they were absolutely terrific. And what they did really well is they blocked at times. This is a fantastic block from Mancao. Gets in a good position and blocks it, saves a certain goal. But again, they played off one another. This is tremendous defending at the back post by Hiley. Brave, under pressure, and he gets it away. And then it's a combination here. Hiley first doesn't win the ball cleanly, and then Mancao comes across a fantastic tackle. And then when they did make a mistake, it was Moss that came off his line unbelievably quickly. You know, that's fantastic. He's only played about 48 league games. He gets off his line there. And I think the great thing about Southampton today was their commitment. The commitment was absolutely fantastic. The problem is, I don't think you can play like that every game. And, you know, the commitment there was 110%. Fantastic.
It's not the first time I've asked this question. Do you think they can stay up? They've got a tough match on Monday for us.
Well, they're away to Coventry on Monday, which is difficult. This caption would sum up the whole season for them. Top at home, played 16, 24 points. Away, played 15, 6 points. At home since Christmas, fantastic. Away all season, abysmal. Right, they've got 4 away games left and 3 at home. I think that they've got to win points away from home if they're going to stay up, and it's going to be difficult because you're getting a way of playing away from home where you go on the pitch and you think, hey, we're not going to get a point here. There's 2 ways of playing. One, you go on the pitch and you think you're invincible, and I think at certain times since Christmas at home, they've got that feeling. Away from home, they think they can't win a point, and to pick up at this stage in the season will be very, very difficult. But the one thing is, if they play like that and show that type of commitment every game they play in, then they've got a genuine chance.
They need to win all the home games and probably
Yeah.
one away, something
Yeah.
like that. Well, now to the third main contenders for the title, Chelsea. They were away to a Charlton side facing their first match in 3 weeks. With just 7 points now separating the leaders Manchester United from 4th place Leeds on that great run. United retained their 4-point lead over Arsenal, but both Chelsea and Leeds made ground on the top 2, and Chelsea still have a game in hand. Nottingham Forest are now 11 points from second. Charlton remain second bottom, but have 1 more game to play than the teams around them. Southampton's point wasn't enough to take them out of the bottom 3, and Everton's defeat at Liverpool leaves them just 1 point above the relegation zone, along with Blackburn. Now 1 or 2 things to look out.
The brilliant Dennis Berg.
The sleekest model in the more Aston Martin than Robin Reliant, and his roadworthiness is second to none. A pivotal figure in Arsenal's double season and the priceless knack of scoring vital goals.
I didn't know for how many matches we won, and we were many points behind on Man United, and yeah, we all get it back. So it was, yeah, if you look at the spirit that we had at that moment, was unbelievable.
Overmars has nothing but praise for the French coach who prefers bottled water to vintage Burgundy.
Mr. Wenger, I think he bought the right players. Players who want to win everything, team players. That's the main thing, I think, for our success last year. And yeah, I think he did a few good buys to buy Anelka for, I think, £250,000. That's a good deal. Patrick Vieira, Petit, for not too much money, and myself for also not a lot of money.
Here comes Overmars. He's in front of Pistoni. Overmars! Arsenal have scored! What a season he's having!
So did last season's double mean more to the Dutchman than his success with Ajax and in Europe?
Oh, maybe it means more to me. Of course, yeah, I think we almost won everything with Ajax, and then you want to get the same results in another team, a new country, to show yourself that yeah, you want to have success with that team. And if you then get a double after 25, 26 years, yeah, I think it was the best prices yeah, I had.
The FA Cup trail this season has brought him 4 goals and whetted the appetite for another Wembley success.
Yeah, I've scored more goals in the FA Cup than last year. That's what I said, we had it quite difficult against Preston, against Wolves away. I scored quite early, a low shot near post. Then I scored the second one, and we won with 2-1.
United again tomorrow. Arsenal have had the edge over them lately.
Yeah, of course we had a good results against them the last few times, but it doesn't count on Sunday.
So what price now a historic back-to-back double for the Gunners?
If we think about it, of course, sometimes we think about it, but you have to be realistic. It's easier to say, of course, than to do it, but I have to say, when we win one big prize this year, so then the season is a success for me.
Another vintage season for the Gunners, or will the Highbury wine that's flowed so lavishly turn sour at Villa Park?
Fancy a glass of red, wouldn't you? Yes. Quite nice. Now, United don't do so well against Arsenal of late. Will that have an effect on this semi-final, do you think?
I don't think so, Ray. I think when it comes to semi-finals, I think you can just rip the form book up. I think they haven't won the last 5 against Arsenal, something like that. And I think, yeah, throw it away, the form book, and it's what happens on that day. Who's geared up the most for it?
Where do you think the sort of central battles will be? What are the important factors?
Well, for me, I think the midfield, I mean, Roy Keane and Vieira, that'll be a big test. I mean, whoever wins the right there to play, who wins that battle will win the right to play and then get the ball moving about.
Now, we hear so much about the how much so many